Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter. Wow, that's quite a few people already. How many have I got? Riff Clown, Ratfings, Ambrose, Tom, Andre. Hello. So, yes, I have been doing a lot of streaming over on BremSter Games, where I have played all of the way through Portal 2 already. Hey, Sotek. Um, and I still think that's probably the best puzzle game on computer ever. I absolutely adore Portal 2. I haven't played it in like 6 or 7 years and playing through it. Selby, hello. But it was time for another guest stream, and I absolutely need to do a lot of editing today. Um, in order to make sure that there are Sudoku videos going out tonight. So that'll be a thing. I'm also wearing my BremSter Puzzles t-shirt. So that's a thing that came in the post last week. So that's a cool thing as well. But my new computer arrived. I'm not on it. It's turned off over there. But yes. So it's been good. And I've been playing some other stuff as well. And I found a new puzzle game I want to try. As well, which apparently is a bit weird, and I don't know anything about it yet. I just need to knuckle down. I'm spending like hundreds of dollars on games, and I really shouldn't be. I really shouldn't be spending that much on games on Steam. Anyway, I'm here for genuinely approachable Sudoku. So let me just bring up all my tracking sheets and everything so I can do that. That can go there, I think. No, that's probably the better place for it. Let me know if there's any problems with positioning. Hello, Frappy. Hello, Clover. What's up is I've just started, so I haven't solved a Sudoku in days. Yeah, Portal 2 is great. I still think it is the best puzzle computer game ever made. And if there's a better one, someone needs to tell me about it so I can try it. Okay. So I am up to a Thermo Sudoku by Sam. So this is normal Sudoku rules. Numbers placed on thermos must strictly increase. So this must be higher than this must be higher than this must be higher than this. And because it's the first puzzle, I should say normal Sudoku rules is in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. This puzzle's been open for a bit, so I'm going to restart my clock to restart my timer. Not that I care that much about time. Hey, Robert. Hey, Ken. I hope you are feeling better, Ken. I know things have been a bit rough recently. Not going to out you too much, but I do hope things get better. Okay, let's do the Thermo Sudoku. Then I might talk more about other stuff, but I'm going to focus mostly on the Sudoku because that's why people are here. So, what can I tell about this puzzle? Because I am out of practice. One needs to go in this row somewhere, and it can't go in either of those two because there's a one in the box, and it can't go there because it's partway along a thermo, and that one sees that one. So this is a 1, which puts a 1 in one of those two, which is not as helpful as I might want. There's a lot of 5s. There's a 4 in one of those 3. Nope. 4, 5, 6, 4... 4 in one of those two, maybe. Seems to be something. 5 is in one of those two by Sudoku. Now, if this is 5, that's not. This is 3. This is 5, this is 3, because this can't be, no, this can't be the 5, because if this is the 5, this would have to be lower than it, and it can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4, so this is the 5. So this is actually forced up. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 now, so this is 6, 7, 8, and 9. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 6. 6, 7, 8, 9 could be possible. But that was completely forced. I imagine there's a lot more forcing like that going on. I'm just not seeing it yet. 1 is in one of those two, because I can't put it partway along a thermo. This is now forced. That's now a 9. So there is a 9 down here. So this is a 1-9 pair because I can't put 1 or 9 partway along a thermo. All the fives. All the fives. Well, I can see 5 is in here. So 5 is in one of those two. How is it all the fives? Five is in one of those. All the fives is not obvious to me. Five in those. Five in those. Now, one of these has to be 5. So one of these is 6 or 7, one of these is 7, or one of these is 8 or 9. If it's this one, that becomes... I'm not seeing all the fives. Sorry, Robert, I'm not seeing... Column 9 thermo ends. So I can't put 1 or 2 or 3 in any of those. So these have a minimum of 4, but they can't be 4, 5, 6, or 7. So these are an 8, 9 pair. So this is the 1, this is the 9, this is 2 and 3. But that 3 makes this the 2 and this the 3. That means this is not the 2. These are 5, 6, and 8. Three is in one of those two. This now has a maximum of 8, while that has a minimum of 2. So this 8, 6, 4, 2. So 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 6. Oh, this is just 4 because this has a maximum of 4. So this has to be the 4. So this is 6. Hey, Miffa. Hey, Garen. So this is 7 or 8, and this is 2 or 3. This is not flowing well in my head. I'm not wrapping my head around these thermos well, which is... There's got to be something obvious I am missing in this, right? This is a 1-7 pair now. So these are 2, 3, 8, and 9. So 2, 3, 8, 9. There's no 9 there. One in column 3. That does something. Puts 1 down here, which has to be here. So these are 2, 3, 6, and 8. No, that 6 means this is not a 6. So 2, 3, 4, and 8. So this is 2, 4, 8. It can't be 8. 4, 5. It's still 2, 4, 8. 2, 3, 4, 8 even. These are a minimum of 4. This feels very weird. Okay, so 6 is in one of those two. So the 6 is in one of those two. If this is 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3, which it can't be. So that's not the 6. This is the 6. So this is 2, 3, 8, 9. So it's 8 or 9 because it can't be 2 or 3 because I can't go down. This can't be 2 or 3. So this is an 8, 9 pair. So this is not 8 or 9. This is a 2 or a 3. So the 9 in this row is now here. This is now the 7. No, wait. What have I done? There's no 3 here. This is the 2. This is the 3. There's no 2 or 3 here. This is the 8. This is the 7. Takes 8 out of there. This is the 9. This is the 8. Nine puts 9 in there. So yeah, this is the 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 8. No. So this now has a maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5. So this is 4, 5, 5, 6. This is 7. So the 8 in this box, this is just... Nine is in one of those two. Which means that has to be the 9. But I'm using an X-wing for that. Can't put 9 in any of those. So that's the 9. This 5 makes this the 6. So these are 2, 4, and 7. So that's a 7. And this is a 2 or a 4. I feel I've messed this up. Like, is this a gas that needs X-wings? I'm really confused by this. Okay, yeah, 6 goes here. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Well, that can't be 8. So that's the 8. This is another 4, 5. Can't be 8 because it'd be too far along the thermo. So 9. Maximum 8. Maximum 7. So 5. So this is 7 because it can't be 5 or 6. So this is 8. And these are 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. So this is a 5, 8 pair. So this is a 4. This is 5, 8. This is a 4. 1, 2. This is a 3, which means this is a 2. There's no 2. This is a 6. This is a 3. There's no 6 here. These are 1, 2, and 9, and I can resolve them. The 7 makes this 1 and 7, which means this is the 1, this is the 3. 2 is needed in that row, and that's the 8. That 8 looks up, meaning that's not 8. This is a pair. Let's take the 2 out of there. That's the 4, that's the 3, which means that's the 2, that's the 3. These are 2 and 9. So that 2 makes that 9 and that 2. That's 8 and that's 9. This is 2. This is 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there must be a 6 in there. This can't be the 8 because of the thermo. This is the 5, so this is the 4. This is the 5. This is the 6. 5, 6 makes this 8. The 5 makes this 6. The 8 makes this 5 and this 8. The 4 makes this 5 and this 4. And that's wrong. Because I've got 2 5s in this box. Oh, I typed over that. 5, 8, 5, 4. That one was weird. That one was really weird. I'm going to put that back up there. Like, I couldn't have done that without an X-Wing, I don't think. June 19th. Thanks, Clover. I have no idea how many people have actually ever jumped in from those announcements, but I do appreciate it. Okay. That one was very weird. Like, I'm not used to X-Wings in gas puzzles, but there you go. Fully pencil marking, though I try not to just jump into fully pencil marking on a thermos. So delete old progress. I don't know that I had any. I need to delete progress of 67 puzzles. Sure. Okay, so normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the total given. Right, no problem. Each line passes through more than one of the 3x3 regions. Along each line, the digits in every region it passes through have the same sum. Okay. So, for example, we know that this digit and this digit are the same, and they must sum to more than 6 because these 3 digits sum to the same as those, and that is a 6 cage. So this, for example, must be 1, 2, or 3, and these must be 7, 8, or 9. And I'm almost certainly doing this wrong, but I can live with that. I'm just trying to wrap my head around how this works. So this must sum to more than 8, but it can only be a 9 because it has to sum to more than 8. So this is a 1, this is a 4, this is a 9. These are not 9 because these have to be 8 plus something to sum to a digit. So these sum to 8. 9 plus 5 is 14. Now this can't be 1, 7 or 3, 5, so it's 2, 6. This is either 8, 3 or 7, 4, so it's 8, 3. So this is an 8. 3 means this is a 3. This is now 6 plus something equals 8, so that's a 2, which means that's a 7. This now better be a 6. Now this is a 6. It could be 1, 5. It can't be 2, 4. So this is 1, 5. I think my first guess was the first guess. So these 3 digits sum to 8. So there's a 1 in them. And they're either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. Not sure. It's probably not the place to look. This is a 1-3. So the 7 cage can't be 1-6 or 3-4, so it's 2-5. But this here is a 5. That's just given. So these are 16, so that's a 4. If 11 now, 9-2 is not possible, 8-3 is not possible, 7-4 is possible, 5-6 is not possible. So this is 4-7. The 10 cage could be 1-9. It can't be 2-8, it can't be 3-7, it can't be 4-6. So this is the 1 and the 9, and these are not the 1. This, right, that's just a 9. So this is a 6. Thank you. And these sum to 9. So this is a 9. These sum to 9. So if that was a 7, these would have to sum to 2. That's not going to work. This is the 4, this is the 7. These now have to sum to 5. So this is the 2 and this is the 3. And this is the 5 and this is the 1. This 9 cage, it can't be 1-8. It can't be 2-7. It can't be 4-5. So this is 3-6. And this 9 cage, it can't be 1-8. It can be 2-7. It can't be 3-6. It could be 4-5. But 4 and 5 have to go down here. And as soon as I put it, because I have to put 4 down here and 5 down here, as soon as I put one of them in the cage, the other one goes in the cage. So that has to be 4-5, which means 5 is down here somewhere. But these have to sum to 8. If this is a 6, those are 2 1s. That's the 3, that's the 6. These are 4, so that's the 4 and that's the 5. This right here is also an 8, which means that's a 2. The 5 looks up making this 1 and this 5. These are 2 is in here. 2, actually, let's just do this correctly. 1, 2, 2, 7, and 8. So that's the 2. And this is a 7, 8 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So that's the 6. And this is an 8, 9, which means that's the 8. That's the 9. That's the 7. That's the 8. These are 1 and 9. And these are 2, 6, and 7. So there's no 2 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 6 there. That's the 6. Now, these sum to 9. I can't use 2, 3, 4. So they are 1, 3, 5. That's the only possibility with that 2, isn't it? 1, 3, 5. Yes. Because it's 1, 2, 6, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 3, 5. So there's no 5 there. There's no 3 there. The 6 resolves the 2 and the 6. I should now just be down to Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's the 7 because of the 4, 8. So I can take the 7 out of there, but that resolves the 2 and the 7. The 8 resolves the 4 and the 8. this row maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5. There's no 5 there. There's no 1 or 3 there. No 3 there. No 1, 4 there. There's no 5 there either. That's not jumping out at me. This column 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 3, 4, 7. So where does 4 go? 4 goes there, and this is a 3, 7 pair. 9 in box 2. Ah, that's 1. That's 9. That's 3. This is not 3. So this column maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. So that's a 6. That's a 9. That's a 4. So this box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So that's a 6. That's a 9, and that's an... Whoops, I'm doing it again. 6, 9, and 8. And that was because those two 6s put the 6 there, and then that 8 forced that to be the 8, so that became the 9. Row 2, column 6 equals 7. Well, I've got a triple here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and there's a 1 and 5. Yep, that's a 7, so this is a 1, 5. There's a triple here. 1, 3, and 5. So this is a 3, and this is another 1, 5, giving me a 1, 5 pair. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 and 4, I'll use that 4 to make that a 2 and that a 4. This row now needs an 8, I believe. And this is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 9. Well, there's no 7 or 3 there. That's a 9, so that's a 3, 7. So this is a triple. Well, the 4 made that 1, which means that's not 1. But this is still now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 8. I'll use the 8, 2 and 8. This triple, well, I'll just use the 4. 3, 5, 4. Now this is a pair, which is 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 5, 1, 5, 1. This pair, 5 and 7. And this triple, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. 6 is not there, so this is 6. This 3 makes this 7, 3, 3, 7, and the 7 goes 5 and 7. 0 time again. No idea why that happens sometimes. I really love it when you can play with lines and killer cages like this. So this break-in concept, 8 cage plus something had to equal a single digit. That is a beautiful introduction to the way these lines work. I really do love those. And now the puzzle I have been absolutely dreading, and the reason why I almost didn't do the stream. And it's not because I think it's going to be a bad puzzle, it's because I'm going to have trouble reading the clues. So, how was I going to do this? I was going to do something, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay. Let's just jump in. I'm not sure what the logic is going to be here. No, it's fine. I'll be fine. Now, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the logic here. So 8 can be done with 1, 7, 2, 6, or 3, 5. So these are 8s. So these have to be 2, 6, or 3, 5. That's all. I can barely even read the digits. So these are 2, 6, or 3, 5. But these are 13s. Which means these can't be 2 or 3 because they'd need to be 10 or 11. So these are not the 2, 3. So these are not 5, 6. And 5 and 6 would need to go with 7 and 8. So they have to be 7 and 8. Because I'm just doing that math again. 6, 7 is 13, and 5, 8 is 13. So this is 7, which means this is 6, which means this is 2, which means this is 3, which means this is 5, which means this is 8. These are now one, no, not one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, and 9, and that 9 makes this 4 and this 9. The problem with colours, which I would have, is if I was to turn around and say, well, that is a 13 and that is an 8, I can't really... If I put digits in pencil marks into that cell, I couldn't read them. Doesn't matter what colours I would use, even if I was to use, say, green or purple. Once I get multicolouring like that, particularly when there's this much noise around it, I'm just going to be blind. So I'll be better off just slowing down and trying to scan the digits. So this is also going to be 2, 6 or 3, 5, but I'm not seeing that yet. This is going to be either 1, 7, which it can't be. I can't put 1 or 7 here. So this is either 2, 6 or 3, 5. And it can't be. This is 3, 5. And this 5 means that this is 8. These are 1, 6, and 7. Do I have something similar here? I could do 1, 7. Maybe not. I think I could do 2, 6, but I can't do 3, 5. But 6 or 7 here means this is also a 6 or a 7, and the 6 resolves it. So this is the 7, the 6, which means this is the 2. Now this has to be 13. And I still haven't wrapped my head around all the ways of doing 13, because I've been coming into it from the 8s. Maybe I can look at one of these 8s, but I think this is going to be under more pressure. So let's do these. These are 4, 7, 8, and 9. But there's no 8 or 9 there. So 4 would go with 9 and 7 would go with 6, and I can't put 6 there. So this is the 9, this is the 4, and I can take 4 out of all of those. These are all 13s. So it's 9, 4, 5, or 6 go in there. There's no 6 there, so there's no 7 there. There's no 4, so there's no 9, which I could have gotten from just doing it. 5 means no 8, which again I could have got from just doing it. So those have just bounced off each other. But 7, 8, 9 means there's no 7 in either of those. That's the 7. So this is the 1. Now this is an 8. So this is 2 or 3. Hang on, the 5 right there. This is the 6. So this is the 7. 6 goes with 2. 6 means that's 4, which means that's 9. This is 5, so that's 8. These are 3 and 5. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are 1, 3, and 8. And this is the 1 by Sudoku. And that 8 means that's the 3, that's the 8, that's the 3. I probably could have done math on this top row as an alternate way of starting this puzzle. But that required doing math. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't put... Oh, no, I could. Because this is an 8 clue. So it's either... Hang on, this is an 8 clue. If I put a 4 on it, I've got a problem. So this is 1 and 7, and this is 4. These are now 2 and 6, which means this is 2 and 6, because this is also an 8 clue. And this is the 2, this is the 6, this is the 2, which puts a 2 down here by Sudoku. Either math on almost any puzzle is too much. Now, these are 13s, and they're going to be made up of 4 with 9 and 5 with 8. So there's no 4 there, so there's no 9 there. There's no 8 there, so there's no 5 there. There's no 4 or 9, but I don't... Oh, there's no 4, 9 in here at all. So that's the 5, 8. So this is the 4 and the 9, because I had that. This 6, invisible 6 looks down, resolving that. 4 is in one of those two. Now this, again, I could do math or I could just put all the triple in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 9 are the only options I can put in those. So this becomes the 7. How to solve puzzles in the wrong way. So I can't put 1 on a 13 clue. So where is the 1 in this column? It's right there. So these, I can't put a 3 on a 13 clue. So that's the 3. This better be what seems to 13 better be left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 8. Whew. And the 8 will resolve it. 5 and 8. And now I'm down to Sudoku once I put the 4 and the 9 in with the invisible 9. So I've got to put a 1 in, 2, 3. Yeah, that's unhelpful. 4. So this is 1, 5, so there's no 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 and 8 go in. So this is the 3, this is the 8. So these are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. That 9 will give me 6 and 9. And these are 2 and 3. I don't actually have a tarot deck. I've got many, 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 many decks of cards. I've got a copy of Build Your Own Book. Would that work? One... I've probably got a copy of Cards Against Humanity somewhere, deep in storage. 1, 2, 3, 7. This is not helping me. I'm looking in the wrong place. This invisible 8 will do some stuff, maybe. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Where does 6 go? No, 6 is down here. There'll be an invisible digit, won't there? There's absolutely an invisible digit. Row 6, column 1 sees 8 digits in its box. That's tricky. Tricky Sudoku, that one. It's not very helpful, though, is it? It's given me that. Okay, let's look at row 9 because, you need foundations to build up off. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. So there's no 4 in here. So that's the 4. That's the only place I can put the 4. Great. No 4 here. So 2, 6, 7. There's no 6 or 7 there. That's the 2. That's 7. Makes this 6 and this 7, which makes this 1, which means there's no 1 there, which means this is 5 and this is 1, which means that's not 1 or 2. That's the 3, that's the 2, that's the 7. This is not the 6. These are 1 and 3. So I think I can go 1 and 3. 5 and 6. So we've got 5 and 6, and I'll use the 3 to go 2 and 3. And that, I mean, it took me 10 minutes, but slow and steady was definitely the way I was going to approach this one. Hey, Chip. Hey, No Math Dork. Thank you for pointing that out, Frappy. I am definitely missing people coming in, I'm sure. Tom C, I'm not sure. I pointed out, I think I saw another Tom and assumed it was the Tom I'd already said hello to. Hey, everyone who's jumped in. Thank you for joining me. Consec pairs. I still think Portal 2 is the best puzzle game ever made. I had so much fun playing that. Okay. So I'm really getting into Cyberpunk 2077. I definitely struggled a bit at the start because I haven't played that sort of game in a very long time, but I'm enjoying it. So my Portal 2 stream is now live where I play it start to finish. Took me about 7 hours. Didn't race through it, but I remember taking a lot longer than that the first time I played it through. Possibly because I wasn't as good at puzzles back then. Okay. Normal Sudoku rules apply. If two cells are separated by a white they're connected by a white det, then they're probably doomed. If by a white dot, then they must contain consecutive numbers. Cells without a white dot may or may not contain consecutive numbers. Okay. So we have a 6 down here, which is going to put some pressure on this because this has to be below 6. So I cannot put 8 or 9 on this. So 8 and 9 are in here. That's probably not where I'm looking. That's the sort of thing I'm looking for, though, I'm sure. There is not a Portal 3. So 7 is right here by Sudoku. There's been a lot of games that have tried to be Portal 3 and failed, from what I've heard. So there's apparently a lot of phenomenal community created levels for Portal 2. And apparently there's some places that have curated the best ones. So you can go in and you can solve the puzzles that have been created by the community. A lot like Sudoku. So I'm really tempted to try and hunt those out and use the community created ones. Possibly even use a puzzle base that I might know to say, if you find a really good Portal level, then let me know and I might stream it. Now, I'm feeling the pressure here is going to be on 8s and 9s, or 9s in particular, because I can't put 9 in any of those. Oh, I could on those, though. But there's pressure on highs and low digits from these. There's definitely, like, I can't put low digits here. So the 1s and the 2s go in here. I can't put high digits on here. I can't put high digits on here. So the 6, the 8s, and the 9s go in here. But I'm... like, 8 is in one of those two. Because I can't put 8 in those. And if I put 8 in here, I need to get a 7 onto that run. Because 8 on here would mean this... the only run I could make, because this is a run of 3, would be 7, 8, 9. So I can't put 8 in either of those two. Because 9, 8, 7, it just doesn't work. So 8 is in one of those two. So 8 is in one of those two. I think that's the sort of thing I'm looking for here, but there's probably something more obvious, but I'm just missing it. Like, I can't put 1 on this. So 1's in one of those 3. I think that has to be a 1. Because 6, 8, and 9 are off this. There's probably an easier way into this, but 6, 8, and 9 are off this. If I don't put 1 here, because I can't put 1 in either of those two, because then both things connecting it to it would have to be a thing. If I put 1 off this, this has to be 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this is 2, 3, 4, 5, one of those is 4 and it can't be. So I think this has to be 1, 2, 3. What is up with my keyboard? 4. And it's my fingers in the wrong spot. Like, it's not my... which means those are not the 1 and this is the 1. Now, there's probably an easier way in, but I'm sure that's right. Because if that wasn't the 1... and I put the 1 down here, I'd have to put a 4 in here. Because I cannot put... because of the 7, I have to put 6, 8, and 9 off that. 4 in box 8 would have been an easier way. How would 4 in box 8 have been an easier way? I mean, I'm not blaming the keyboard. It's definitely my fingers, but okay. So now I can't put 1 on this. So I can't put 2 or 3 on this. So 2 is in one of those. 3 is in one of those. Actually, 2's not there. 2 is there. Now, 5 is up here. 5, 6, 7, 8 works. But if I don't put 5 on here, this becomes 6, 7, 8, 9, and that doesn't work because it puts 8 on here. So this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 3. What is going on? This is 3, 9. There's no 5 here. And this is 5, 5, 8. And this is 6, 7. And this is 6, this is 5, this is 7, this is 8. So the 3, 9. All the corners are limited, so box 3, 6, 7, 8. Box 3. So this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, or 8. If it's 6, one of those is 5. So these are 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So it's either 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7, 8 pair, and that's a 6, 9. Okay. But so there can't be a 6 on this. So this can't be 4, 5, 6, 5. Yeah, this has to be 1, 2, 3, doesn't it? Because 1, 2, 3. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, which puts 2 in the middle and those. And the 1 here makes this the 3 and this the 1. These are now 5, 8, and 9. And there's no 8 there. Now, this can't be 1, 2, 3 because I can't put 2 there. It can't be 2, 3, 4 because I can't put 3 there. Can't be 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6 works in that order. 5, 6, 7 doesn't work at all. 6, 7, 8 doesn't work at all. And 7, 8, 9 doesn't work at all. This is 4, 5, 6 because the 7, 8 pair is knocking 7 and 8 out of there. That's weird. So now 1 is in one of those two. Have I gotten dumber? I was playing Portal and not thinking about numbers, but thinking about geometry tricks made me dumber. This is an 8 or a 9 now because these are 1, 8, 9. And this is a 1, 9. This is 1, 8, 9. Row 4, column 2. Naked single. Because I can't put 7 on here without having a 6. And I can't put 7 in there or there, right? This is a 7. 8 and 9 are in here. But I've got the same trick here, don't I? If this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this can't be, I can't put a 1 onto this. If this is 1, this goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can't be a 1. So 1 has to be off this. So these are 1, 8, and 9. So these are 2, 3, 4, 2 and 5, and these are 3 and 4. There is no such thing as a portal god. This makes this 9, and these are 5 and 8. And this is 1, 2, this is the 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That 3 makes this 9 and this 3, which means this is 6, 7, 8. These are 3 and 9. So that's 9, that's 3. I like the way these work. I really do. This is a 1. So these are 4 and 9, which means this is a 1 and this is a 2. There's no 1 here. That's the 8, 9. This is the 1. I really do like the way these work. Right, the 3 makes that the 4. So this is the 5, this is the 3, and this is the 2. Now this can't be 1, 2, 3. It can be 4, which would be 3, 4, 5. If it's 5, it's not 5 because I can't put 4 there, or I can't go 4, 5, 6, and I can't go 4, 5, 6. So it's not 5. Can't be 6, can't be 7. If it's 8, I can't put 7 on either end, and I can't put 9 in the middle. This is 3, 4, 5. Which means that's 9 and that's 4. One is in one of those two now. Two is right there. So these are 1, 2, I should have not put that one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 8, 9. There's no 9. What? There's no 9 there. Ah, 5, 6. This is a 5, 6 pair by Sudoku. So this is an 8, 9 pair. The 5, 6 makes this the 8, this the 9. This is not 9. This is a 1, 8 pair, which makes this the 9, this the 8, this the 5. 1, 2, and 8. There's no 1 there. There's no 2 there. And these, but the 2 can't go in here. Well, where is 2 in this box? That's the 2. Now 1 can't be in here, so this is the 8. Now 1 is definitely right there. And this is a triple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 4, 5, 6, 7 could work, and 7 and 9 are not far enough apart. This is 4 and 7. This is 5 and 6, which the order is known because of the given 6. I really feel like I'm doing badly by viewers today. And now these are down to pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Use the 5. 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 8, and 9. That becomes the 8 because of the 3, 9. I will then use the 3 to make that 9 and 3. I'm fumbling on keyboard as well. 2, 6, and 7. 6 and 7 means that's the 2. And the 7 makes that 6 and that's 7. And the 6 makes that 5 and that's 6. Again, I'm taking a very long time. I think I've got it set on extreme low latency, but there's still some lag. Sorry, everyone. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit more lag with my blind to givens. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Um, I think I was testing it the other day and I was definitely finding that because the only YouTube ingestion server seems to be in the States, it's just lag. I think the minimum I can get is about 6 seconds. Okay, cool. Maybe it's because it's got to feed it back to me, so I always get more lag because seeing my own stream means I've got to go to the States and then back. Okay, so that was a consecutive pairs. Maybe sending it to the States is fine. Getting it back from the States is a problem. Odd Through the Heart. By Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Oh, so this is a similar shape thing. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the total given. Digits in grey circles must be odd. Cool. So a 6 cage, which can only be 1 5 or 2 4, must be 1 5. A 5 cage is either 1 4 or 3 2. Except I can't use a 1 or a 5. So this is a 3 and a 2. My wife and I have both been testing streaming at high definition, like not just 180p, but streaming at like 4K at the same time while watching each other's streams while on Discord to each other. And our internet connection copes. Yeah. So anyway, 5 plus 13 is 18. Plus 9 is 27. Plus 11 is 38. So if I've done my math correctly, that's a 7. 20 plus 9 is 29. Plus 7 is 36. So that's a 9, which means that's an 8. Why am I doing math? 28 plus 13 is, hang on, 28, 38, 41. That's a 4. Why am I doing math? 28 plus 9 is 37 plus 7. No, wait, it's 44. That's a 1. Right. Why am I doing math? So these, so this is either 3 or 5 because it can't be 7 or 9. 3 would go with 4, which it can't. So it's 2 and 5. Now this is either 6 or 8 going with 7 or 9. No, other way around. 7 or 9 going with 6 or 8. And this would be the same, wouldn't it? I can't put 3 here. So this is 7 or 9. And 7 would, hang on, 9 would go with 4. And 7 would go with 6. Yeah. 9 killer in. So hang on. Where do I put the 3? Because I can't put the 3 in any of those. None of those are 3. So this is 3, 6. So this is 4 and 8. 4 goes with 9 and this goes with 7. That's clever. So this 9 is over here somewhere by Sudoku, and if I put it in an 8 cage, I need to figure out how to put a red 1 in. So this is the 9, this is the 2. Now, This is not 1, 5. So this is 3 or 7, and it's not 7. It's not 3. So it's not 1, 5, or 9. So this is 7 with 6. So these are from 1, 3, 5. Now, 1 here would go with 7. So this is now just 3, 5. So this is 1 and 8. 3, 5 makes this 6 and this 3. You have never not dropped a phone. Okay. Oh, you've never owned a mobile phone that you haven't dropped, I think is what you're trying to say there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7 sum to 18. So that's a 2. Now, these have to be restricted, surely. This can't be 1, 6. It can't be 2, 5. So this is 3, 4. And I know the order 4 and 3 because of the 3, 5 or the 4. This now has to be 1 and 8. And I can use multiple things to resolve it. Intended path be damned. I'm doing what I'm doing. This is odd. Now, it can't be 1 or 3. 5, 7, or 9 are the only possibilities. 9 would go with 5. That's possible. 7 would go with no. So this is a 5, 9. 1, 3, 5, or 7 all seem possible. But it can't be 5. So this can't be 3, because if it was 3, it'd be 3, 5, and that would break that. So this is a 1, 7. That's 7. Do as I say, not do as I do. Now, these are all odd. So these are 2, 4, and 6. There's no 2 there. So 2 is in one of those. So this is a 13 cage without a 2 in it. I can probably do something with that, can't I? If I do a 13 cage out without a 1 or a 2, this is me trying to do math in my head. 3, 4, 5, 6 is 7 plus 11, which is way above. I need to put a 1 in this cage. So this is the 7 and this is the 1. There is a 1 in here somewhere. There is a 3 in here somewhere. Now, if I do... Yeah, I'm figuring it's 1, 3, 4, 5, but 1, 3, 4, 5 is the minimum without 2. 4, 5 is 9, 1, 3 is 4, is 13. So it is 1, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 4, this is 1, 3, 5. This is math. We all know how much I hate math. 4, there's no 3 here, there's no 1 here. There's no 7 here. There's no 7 here. This is a 7. So this is 1, 5, 1 or 5. I've got a 1, 5 pair. So this is 8 or 3. So this is 8 and 1. Now, this is starting to narrow this down because this is 5. This is just 5 because it sees 1, 3, 7, and 9. So this is just 5. So this is 6. And these are now 1, 3, 5, 7. This is 9 and 4. Now, these are still 2 odd digits, which I could have looked at ages ago because they're either 1, 9 or 3, 7. Now, 1, 9 could happen in either order. But it can't be 1, 9. This has been 3, 7 for ages. What is row 4, column 5? Yeah, that's information. It's important information too. And I'm back to having these displaced digits, which are twicky. 5 and 1, and have I resolved most of the heart now? So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 9 there. There's no 7 or 8 there. There's no 7 there. These are 1, 2, 4, 9. There's no 1 or 9 there, so there's no 2 or 4 there. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3, 6, and 8. There's no 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So this is 1, 9. This is 4. Which means that's 4. 2, 3, 6. So 2, 6. That's just 2. So that's 6. That's 3. Row 2, column 5. Okay, well, let's look at this. I'm terrible at spotting naked singles, but if I see something like a triple like this, I can put it in to try and see. 1, 3, 6. And it sees 1 and 3. So yes, that's a 6. Which means that's not a 6. So I will now look at this row. Every person can scan in different ways. I once did a solve. I've mentioned this many times before, but I once did a solve, and this is how much I care about my timer. I once did a solve with Mavericks JD where he was showing me the tricks he put into one of his puzzles. And don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint about Mavericks, but he was showing me the logic behind the way that he intended people to solve his puzzle. And he was like saying, and because of sort of stuff happening down here, I don't remember where it was, and the way that this puts pressure over here, then this forced this sort of thing. And it was like, what? And he said, but it's just there. And it's like, I just couldn't see it. Even when he's pointing it out, I just could not see it. Amazing solver, and the way that the digits were there. It was absolutely there, but I needed to like put stuff in. It's like, but you don't put stuff in. You can just see that. It's like, no, I can't. I just can't. And when you have to do that in your head for the puzzle to be visible, I'm doomed. I am completely doomed. Actually, I'm going to take those pencil marks out, and I'm going to use that 6 looking down to make that 2 and that 6. And that's going to give me a lot more pressure in these columns. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these are 3, 4, and 5. And there's no... yeah, so this is a 4. And that resolves the 2 and the 4. And that means this is 8 or 9, and therefore it's 8 and 9 and 6. And I can take 6 out of there and 6, 9 out of there. And this 1, 9 has made this 3 and this 5, and this better be 2. The 5 looks down, making this 3 and 1 and 5. And as I said, I'm not complaining about Mavericks. He's brilliant solver and it's beautiful to watch, but holy cow, I just can't do what he does. This is 9 and 5 because they had to 5 because they had to be 5 and 9, and there's a 5 there. The 9 looks back, making this the 1, which makes this the 9 and this the 1. And that's why I was saying, like, you could see the naked single. I had to do it by putting in the triple. It's just the way I can visualize. I also want to make it more comfortable to people who have to do that, to know that there's nothing wrong with doing that. I often feel like an idiot watching Mark solve because he's just putting digits in, and I'm like going, okay, if you say so, Mark. 2 and 8, and there's a 2 there, so that's the 8 and that's the 2. 1, 2, 3 and 7 go in there, and there's a 3, so that's the 7, that's the 3. The 7 looks up, making that 8 and that's 7, and that is odd through the heart. Yeah, and that's why he can do competitions and stuff. And I know there are people out there who leave him for dead, but I don't enjoy that racing concept. I know a lot of people do, and that's great for them. Absolutely phenomenal. But I find it just, I suffer from crippling anxiety. That's why I put myself out on the internet all the time. But honestly, streaming has helped me, and putting solves on the internet has helped me with that. But yeah, there is solver's intuition. Although when you're solving on camera, solver's intuition is actually bad because I need to step back and I need to go, okay, how do I explain this? Because many times I will look at something and say, oh, because of the whisper and the Ren band pointing at each other, this has to be a blah. Right. How do I explain that? How do I reverse this 3 years of experience I've got and explain it in a way that someone who has never seen this before will be able to follow it through? Collaborative solvers do help a lot. Um, it can be really tricky to try and sort of roll that back and think to yourself. And often I would say to normal solvers, as to people who are solving just for themselves, sometimes turn around and go, okay, while I'm trying to judge the difficulty of this puzzle, how would I explain this to someone who has never seen this before? Could I do that in 30 seconds? If not, your puzzle is not a 2. Um, and that's just a thing. Um, there's a standard thing in education, which is, if you cannot explain it to someone who's never seen it before quickly and easily, then you don't understand it as well as you think you do. And I've listened to some people who say, I'm a phenomenal solver. It's like, okay, explain this. And they go, I can't. It's like, okay, you know enough tricks to be able to do something, but that's different. I don't think I'm that great a solver, but I think I'm an okay explainer. Yeah, different strokes. People are different. People are weird. Normal Sudoku rules apply. This is an anti-consecutive. Digits separated by a red dot are not consecutive. For example, if a dot appears next to a 6, the digit on the other side of the dot may not be 5 or 7. Yes, this is a clover puzzle. I was just looking at it, go, this had to be clover, didn't it? Yeah, this is clover. Digits without a dot may or may not be consecutive. I'm just confirming the grids and everything and the rules have been clear. And I'm not trying to tell anyone off with these rants. I'm trying to just say that it's important to remember that explaining things matters. Okay, I'm going to start with a triple. So these are 2, 5, and 9. How is this going to work? Because the dots are only, except that's not 2, and that's not 9. Now, the dots are only providing negative information when you've got something like this. So this can't be 4 or 6. And this can't be 1 or 3. So 1 is in one of those, is all it's telling me. There'll be some masterful trick that I don't... okay, I've got roping in the middle. This is 1, 2, and 6. Because of the roping in the middle. So what do I mean by roping? Okay, here we go. So these are 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6 can't appear here because they're not 1, 2, and 6, and they can't appear here because they're in the same row. So these have to be 1, 2, 6. Now, once those are 1, 2, 6, these have to be 1, 2, 6 because 1, 2, 6 can't appear here or here. So these become the same digits. So this is going to be a 2, and this is going to be a 1 or a 6. Now, before I go on to the obvious stuff from the dots, I'm going to finish explaining roping. Now I can look at these. I don't care what the digits are. Once you've got roping on 3, I can ask those 3 digits, where do they go in box 4, this box over here? Because they can't be those because those are blue, which we've already placed in these boxes. And they can't be here because the 3 yellow digits are already in that row. So these become yellow. And then where does yellow go here? They are not blue and they can't be in the same row as the 3 yellow. So they become those 3 digits, and then these digits just become the others by force. So we end up with, I think, as soon as you've got a band of 2 digits that are forced like this, you can rope the whole band. This is a band, this is a band, this is a band, and you can do the same with stacks. So these are 1, 2, 6. These are 3, 8, 9. So that's going to be 9. And these are going to be 3 and 8. And I can see I can do more with that. This is going to be a 5. And these are going to be from what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So these are going to be 4 and 7. These are going to be 4, 5, 7. And these are going to be 3, 8, and 9. Now, I can see I can do more with that. But such as 1 can't be next to 2. So that's the 6 and that's the 1. 6 can't be next to 7. So that's the 4. 4 can't be next to 3. That's the 8. That's the 3. And that's the 7. Now, over here, 1 and 2 can't be next to each other. So I can't put 1, 2 there and I can't put 1, 2 there. So this has to be the 6 and these are the 1 and the 2. 4 and 5 can't be next to each other. So that's the 7 and that has to be the 4 and the 5. 8 and 9 can't be next to each other. So I have to separate them by the 3, and the 4 and the 5 can't be next to each other. I have to separate them by the 7. Now, I've also got roping going on in this stack. So this becomes 1, 3, 7, and this becomes 8, 4, 8, 6 because of those. So these are now 2, 5, 9 and 2, 5, 9. Now the 2 can't go next to the 1 or the 3, so that becomes the 7, and the 5 can't go next to the 4 or the 6, so that becomes the 8. I didn't need to colour. I was demonstrating roping in case someone ever comes along who sees this video who's never seen it before. I know I'm picking on her. She's not here, and I don't want to pick on someone, but Vampiris occasionally jumps in and watches these to learn some stuff, and she may never have seen roping before. I think she has. My mother sometimes watches these, and she definitely struggles with the concept of roping. So if she comes along and watches this stream later on to learn something about puzzles, and she has never seen it, it will explain it to her. And that's what I'm trying to do. 5 and 9 were already visible. This is the 2. Down here, 2 and 5. This becomes the 9. Can't use the trick there. There is no dot. Okay. Now, surely I'm going to get some Sudoku at this point, but I'm looking. That was a beautiful opening, by the way. 8 is in one of those 2. I'm focused in on the red dots for some stupid reason. 1 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. It can't be here and it can't be here because of that 1. Actually, I'm going to just pencil mark this whole row because I know 1 has to be limited there. I tend to pencil mark all and then remove, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 4, 8. Well, there's no 8 there. This is 3 or 4. So 8 is over here. There's no 3 here. Now, if this is 1, this is anything but 2. And if this is 1, this is anything but 2. So that's not... There'll be another really nice trick that I have not seen. Is it this column? Right, there is an invisible 5, 4 and 5. And I've got an invisible 2, 1 and 2. So that's not a 4. Yeah, invisible 9, 8 and 9. And the invisible 5, 4 and 5. Okay. Invisible digits are the bane of my existence. Are there more hidden givens? Because now I'm just paranoid. Yes, hidden 6, 4 and 6. Hidden 1, 3 and 1. Ah, not seeing those ones, and I'm looking. Okay. There's got to be something about... I feel these columns have got to be doing something, but I'm not sure. 9 is down here. 9 is in one of these two. But 9 here doesn't necessarily... And 8 here still allows me to put 9 there. So... 5 is limited in column 2. Right, 5... So this is a 5-9 pair. So these are 1, 4 and 8. And that's not an 8. So is this a pair? So I am going to fully pencil mark this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. What? Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. 2, 3, 5, 9. This is a 4. So this is not 4 or 3 or 5. This is a 2, 9. This is a 3, which takes 3 out of those. Takes 3 out of that. There's no 4 there either. This is 2 or 9. There's no 3 or 4 there. Or 5 or 2. This is the 9. This is the 2. This is the 5. That makes this 5, which means this is not 4. That makes this 9, which makes this 2 and this 5. That's weirdly... I was right about my instinct that it was these columns. I just did not see how it was going to resolve. That 4 made this a 1, which means this is the 8, this is the 1, this is the 4. This is a 4. 2 can't be in those or there. That's the 2. These are now 3, 6, and 7. There's no 3 there. Actually, there's no 6 in either of those. That's a 7. That's a 3. That's a 6. That's really cool. 3, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 3 and 7. And I've got an invisible 7. 3 and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 and 8. I'll use that too. 8 and 2. Let's try down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll use that 4. So 6 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 9. I'll use that 1, 9 and 1. Now, this column is missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, these cannot be consecutive, so I cannot put a 7 in them. So this is a 6, 8, which means that's the 7 and that's the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 7 here makes this 3 and this 7, and I'll use that 8 to make this 6 and this 8, and that seems to be cool. So yeah, that column was really important, and I could pretty much tell something was going to be going on in those columns. But the way this played and these columns played off each other was really cool, and the roping opening was really, really smooth. And again, my time was long because I took the time to explain roping, but that's okay. Oh, hi, David. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. DBT on Discord. Welcome. Yeah, it is Clover Puzzles in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoy the content on the channel. There is over 700 Sudoku that I've covered, as well as the stream. So there'll be definitely stuff. My channel, I tend to cover things on the easier range mostly, than other channels that you may be used to. So if you enjoy the gas puzzles and you want things that are a little bit more difficult than those, but not as brutal as you might be used to, then I think you'll find some stuff that you will enjoy. Okay, that was anti-consecutive. XV Sudoku by Sam. Excellent. Thank you for joining, David. Really do appreciate it. I've got the subscription timer on the channel because it makes it so much easier for um, my moderators because the bots don't show up. I'm not trying to silence people or anything. I just want to make it easier for my mods because I don't have that many. And you know, I keep things pretty light here. And over on BremSter's Games, I do not have. Oh yeah, check out the free Skunkworks packs. There are hundreds and hundreds of free puzzles, and the packs are generally ordered. I think there's a couple of exceptions, but a lot of them are ordered by difficulty. There's a few in there that have come through my channel, and I'm really proud of those. But there's some others as well. The 159 jukebox is really good. The padlocked pact is really good. I'm really proud of March of the Quads and Polarizing Sudoku. Yeah, March of the Quads is probably my favorite pack of all time. Um, the skilling Sudoku and caging constraints packs I love. There was another one. Oh, it was in my brain and I got distracted. I'm going to focus on gas puzzles for a bit. Um, yes, and this is why Riff is a moderator, so he can post links like that because he absolutely remembers and I don't. Okay, XV Sudoku by Sam. Normal Sudoku digits apply. When two cells are separated by the marking XV, then the numbers in those cells must add up to 15. Cells without such a marking may or may not add up, may or may not nod, may or may not add up to 15. Puzzles for months. Save the Galaxy. Save the Galaxy is amazing, amazing, amazing. That one is definitely related to my channel, and um, there were release videos and everything for it and all sorts of weird stuff for Save the Galaxy. There are solve videos from June last year for all of the Save the Galaxy puzzles, and some weird stuff happened around there, but Save the Galaxy is definitely one where I went a little bit insane on the way that happened. Save the Galaxy was great fun. It's only 9 puzzles as well. Anyway, so let's give this one a shot. So this has to sum to 15 and it can't be 6, 9. So this is a 7, 8. So this can't be 7 or 8 because those two cells both see this. So I can't put 7 or 8 in it. So this is 6, 9. And I know the order because of the 6. This is the 9 and this is the 6. Meaning this is 7 or 8. This can't be 7, 8 because it sees both of those. So this is 6, 9. Well, the other things that you can find, I'm not sure that this is posted to, like, if you're looking for puzzles, like, apart from like this, the archive on the CTC channel and the gas packs and all of that, on my channel there are playlists. One of the playlists is the Race to 37, which is probably the pack that got me into solving Sudoku seriously. That's a Clover pack of killer Sudoku. And it is, I found it really, really hard and I needed a lot of help. And it was one of the reasons I created the Skilling Sudoku pack, which was a gentler introduction, but got harder than most of the puzzles in the Race to 37, but it was a ramp up. The Snack Doku packs are there. Cool. That's worth knowing. But you've also got stuff on other channels as well. Rank's channel has the Sudoku adventure stuff, which I'm covering in my streams. Just there's puzzles everywhere. Like you could start puzzles now and solve for the rest of your life and not run out. It's so cool. Anyway, 6-9 goes in here. Um, Polarizing Sudoku chip, I think, is a phenomenal parody pack. The only problem I have with it is the original had a puzzle called Amphitheater into it, which we did test solve, and we all forgot how, and we can't solve it. And but the version in the Skunkworks thing does not have that puzzle in it anymore. And we discovered a new constraint, which I've used a lot since. And we discovered it like 3 days before the release date. So I think there's only one puzzle in there with it. I think mine is quads. I mean, Killer is the one that I keep coming back to because it's so powerful, but I love quads. Um, anyway, I should be solving this puzzle, right? That's what I'm here for. Someone tells me I'm here for a reason. These are what is going on with my keyboard? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, and 5. There's no 1 there. There's no 2 or 5 there. This is the 1. So this is a 2, 5 pair. So these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these are 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's no 3, 5 there. So there's no 2, 4 there. Cool. So this is now 3, 5. And this is 2, 4. Because 3, 5 can't go in those, and the 3, 5 here takes 3, 5 out of those, and I can't put 3 or 5 on a 15 clue. So this is 3, 5. So this is 5, this is 3. 2, 4 is resolved by that. That's 2, and that's 4. Fog puzzles are a lot of fun, but they are hard to set. Lordy, are they hard to set. Like, this is all completely pointless, and I don't even know why I did it. Six is down here. There is something I am missing. The solution. That's what I'm missing. I am missing the solution to this puzzle. 1, 7, and 8. Well, there's no 1 there. So this is a 7, 8 pair. There's a 1 in there. So that's a 7, 8. There's a 7 or an 8 in there. That doesn't actually help me. It means that that still could be a 7 or 8. But these are now not 6, 7, 8, or 9. So they are 2, 4, and 5. And there's no 5 there. So these 1, 2, 4. There's no 1 there. So this is a 1. That's a 2, 4 pair. So this is 5 and 2. So this is 3 and 5. Surely I could repeat that trick. The problem I have with the lives mechanic on fog puzzles is similar to the reason I don't like doing puzzles with time. And this is personal. Like, if you like the lives mechanic, great. But the reason I'm glad Sudoku Pad does not have the lives mechanic is it that sort of thing I find just builds anxiety, and I do puzzles to relax. So, but you know, if you miss it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I kind of get it, but I'm glad it's not there. Yeah, I get that. A little bit of self-control never hurt anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9. I'm definitely falling apart on this one. Nine, row 7, column 5. Why 9, row 7, column 5? Need reason. Right, because the 9 there. So that's a 7, that's a 9. So this is now 6 or 7 because it can't be 8 or 9. So this is 8 or 9. Oh, that 8. This has been 6, 9 forever. So this is 8, 7. This is 6, 9. And the 6 has made that 9 and that 6. That 8 was doing so much and I just completely missed it. So there's no 7, 8 there. There's no 6, 9 there. Six, 9 means that this is not 6, 9. I could have used that as well. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So there's no 1 there, of course. 6, 9 pair means that these are 3 and 4. The 3 makes that 4 and that 3. Five, 6, and 9. There's no 6 there. There's no 5 there. There's no 4 there. So 4 is down here. Oh, there's no 4 there. This is the 4. This is the 2. This is the 4. This is the 2. I knew there was a way of getting into the box, but I missed that 4 for way too long. Scanning fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 7. There's no 1 there. There's no 2 there. 6, 9 pair makes this the 1, which means that's the 7, that's the 2, that's the 1. 5, 6, 9. Well, that 8 makes that 7 and that 8. Now, 8 in box 2 is in one of those. No, it's not. It's right there. 8, 4. So these are 1 and 3, and the 1 here resolves it. 3 and 1. Right, and these has to be 5 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 or 9, and there's a 9 looking at it. This is the 5. This is the 9. This is the 6. This is the 5. This is the 2. This is the 5. That's just following the chains. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 9. Use the same 9, 1 and 9. That means this is not the 1, this is the 1. This column still needs a 7 and an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that 7 makes this the 8. So 7 and 8 and 7 and 8 and 7 and 8 and 7 and 8. Again, just following them around. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll use the 7 to make this 2 and 7. The 6s and the 9s, that 9 will do a lot of work. 6, 9, 9, 6, 9, 6. 6 will look down, making this 9 and 6, and I'm down to a single box. Need to put a 3, which can't go in any of those, so 3. Need to put a 4, which cannot go in either of those, 4. Need to put a 5, which can't go there, 5. Need to put in a 6, and that is the solution to the XV Sudoku. That one was cool fun. I'm definitely not, I mean, I'm a little underslept. I'm definitely not firing on all thrusters this morning. 3 days into a 5-day weekend. Even Thermo. Bar Clover. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along thermometers must strictly increase, not necessarily consecutively. Starting from the round bulb, digits in grey squares must be even. Do I want to colour this? Probably not. We'll see how we go. I can tell that there is a... Well, these are 2, 4, 6, 8. And there's no 2 in those, and there's no 6 in those. Now, 1 in this box must be in one of those 2. 1 in this box must be in one of those 2. Do I just want to pencil mark these thermos? Probably. Maximum 9, maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3, maximum 1. So that's forced. So these are 1, 3, 5. Can't put 1 there, can't put 5 there. So these are 5, 7, and 9. Can't put 9 there, can't put 5 there. So 7 makes this 9. Where is 1 in this row? Because these are 1 and 3. So that's a 3, that's a 1. This has to be lower than 3 but not 1, so it's 2. These are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. That sees 7 and 9, so it's 8. This has to be lower than 8, so it's 7. This is the 9. Now there's no 6 in either of those. The 3 here makes this the 1. This is a 3, 5. There's no 2 or 8 in those. Those are 4 and 6. So that's a 4, 6, 8. So that's the 2, which means that's the 8. There's no 8 in either of those. That's a 2, 4, which means that's the 6 and that's the 4, which means that's the 8. Is this right? This feels wrong. I feel like I've made a mistake somewhere. It just feels like I made a mistake somewhere. These are 1 and 9. So these are even. 2, 4, 6, 8, because these are all of the odds. No, even. This is 4, 6, or 8. This is 2, 4, or 8. It was pretty odd that I thought they weren't even. So 1, where does 1 go in this column? Because 1 can't go there. It's not partway along a thermo. It's not even. It's not partway along a thermo. This is a 1. That can't be a 9. 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 That's a 9. So these are 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now that can't be a 2. Can't even be a 4. And that can't be an 8 or a 6. So this is 1, this is 2 or 3 only, which means this is not a 2, this is the 4, which means those are not 4. This is a 6, 8 pair, so this is the 2, which means this is the 3. And this is 5 or 6 to be higher than the 4, but it's not a 6, this is a 5. This is nuts. This is 7 or 8. This is 8, this is 9, this is 6, this is 8. This is 7. Six is right there by Sudoku. These are 7, 8, 9, and there's no 8 or 9 there. That's 7. This is 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this has to be higher than 3. So that's the 5. This is a 1, 1, 2. But the order is known because of that 1. 2 and 1. Now, 1 is not in those and it's not there because it's partway along a thermo. That's a 1. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, and 9. Well, that's not 9. And it's got to be higher than 3. That's a 4, so that's a 3. There's no 4 there. There's no, this is 3 and 9. And the 9 makes that the 3 and that the 9. This is now higher than 4. It's not 5, 6, so it's 7 or 8 because it's not 9. One is right there by Sudoku. Yeah, this is where I was going to look. So this is a maximum of 6. This is a maximum of 5. So this is 2, 3, 4, or 5. 3, 4, 5, or 6. It can't be 3. So this is 4 or 6. I'm not seeing a problem, but it means that that's a 9 in this row. Where is 9 in this row? It's not there, it's not there. That's the 9, which means 9 is down here somewhere, which means 9 is right there because, again, can't put 9 in either of those two. None of those are 9. Can't put 9 there because of that one. That becomes a 9. And this is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, an 8. Well, there's no 1 or 3 there. That's an 8. So there's no 8 there. This 1 makes this the 3 and this the 1. The 3 looks up, meaning that's not a 3. Invisible 6 in column 3. That's a 4. So that's a 2. The 4 makes this a 3 and this a 4. There's something about invisible digits. This is now a 2 and this is a 4, which puts 2 in one of those two. Did I not do June 26? Oh, okay. There were 2 XV variants listed, and when I ticked it, I saw there was an XV variant, and I ticked the XV variant as done. So I will go back and do that next. Sorry, on my tracking sheet, I just saw XV variant. I just did the XV variant and ticked it off. Thank you for pointing that out. I would not have seen it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. There's no 9 there. There's no 5 there. That's not helping me. this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, also not helping me. We always get to this point where there's just this stuff in the corners. And it feels like you're then just doing like lots of hunting to get them. I really like puzzles where you don't just end up with, okay, what's the weird Sudoku scanning to end up resolving the bits left over in these boxes. I always find that's just a little clumsy. Just personal taste. So in this column, this is the 2 because I can't put it there and there's already a 2 in this box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. This 8 makes this the 7. So this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this makes this 5 and 6, which makes this 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 8. So that makes this 8 and 4. So a little less clumsy than I thought. 7, which makes this 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 8. This is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We use that 6 to make it 3 and 6. This 2 has made this 2. There's no 7 there. So this is 5, 8 or 9. So it's 5 or 8. The 5, 8 pair makes this 7 and this 5, which makes this 8 and this 5, which makes this 8, 9, 8, 5. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 9. So that's the 7, that's the 9, that's the 4. No, thank you for pointing it out, Philip. It was just me scanning. I was scanning a different thing incorrectly. So thank you for pointing it out. Okay, now we'll go back and do excessivenesses. There's a lot of S's in this. Excessivenesses. Okay, it's an interesting title. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cells separated by a V must sum to 5, by an X must sum to 10, and by an XV must sum to 15. No negative constraint. Other pairs of digits may sum to 5, 10, or 15. Okay. So, looking for an obvious starting point. I don't want to just colour, though we know these are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's not 6 or 8. So this can't therefore be 4 or 2 because I would need the 6 or the 8. So therefore this can't be 3 or 1. So this being a 10 means this is also 1 or 3. So this is 2 or 4. 2 or 4 here means this is 6 or 8, which means this is 2 or 4, which means this is 1 or 3, which means this is 9 or 7. Hey, Sotek. And to get to 15, this is either 6 or 8. Now, I'm assuming I can do something similar down here somewhere. I don't even remember how I started. Now, this 10 is limited. I'm trying to figure out where's most limited. Because this is either 1, 9, it can't be 2, 8, or 3, 7. But this can't be 1 or 3 because this sums to 15. So this is 6 or 8. 7 or 9 here means that this is 1 or 3, which means that this... So I've got a 1, 3 pair, but this now goes to 7 or 9, which means this goes to 6 or 8, which means this goes to 2 or 4. So I'm getting all these pairs, which means this is 6 or 8, which means this is 7 or 9, which means this is 1 or 3, and this is 2 or 4. Row 3, box 119. Yeah, I agree. I just haven't seen it yet. If you say something like that, Robert, you kind of need to explain it a little bit better. Again, if you need to explain it in such a way that someone who's never seen it before will. Yeah, I agree. That's where I'm going with this, because this is putting pressure on this, because this has to be 7 or 9, because it can't be 6 or 8, and you can only use 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 would go with 8, 9 would go with 6. So the 6, 8 here means that this is either 2 or 4. Giving me a 2, 4 pair, which means this is 6 or 8, but this is resolved by the 4. So this is 2, these are 8, this is 7, this is 4, 1, 9, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 9. I'm going to have made a mistake along this chain, I'm sure. So this is 8, 7, 2, 8, 7, 3, 7, 8, 3, 2. This can no longer be 1, 9, 2, 8, or 3, 7. So this is 4, 6. So this is 4, 6. And this 6 makes this 4, 6, 4, 1. And now we're down to Sudoku. That's a 1, because I've got 4 1s looking into the box. And please, David, was it David or Robert who was saying that? Don't think I'm complaining. I'm just, it's, yeah, it's just understanding what someone is trying to say. Yeah, 8, 8 means that that's an 8, which means 8 is in one of those, so it's there. And now I have all of the 8s looking into there. 9, 9 means that's a 9. 9 is now here. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 3 means that's the 5 and that's the 3. This is now a 3. This column needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 and 5. That 2 will make this 5 and this 2. Again, just looking for places with lots of pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, and 9. There's no 3 there. There's no 3 there. This is the 3. 5 and 9. I'm going to look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1 and 7 is looking there, so that becomes the 2. That 7 means that that's the 1 and that's the 7. This is now definitely a naked single, which seems to be a 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, and 9. The 5, 6 here means this is the 9, so this is the 6, and this is the 5. I think I pencil marked that wrong when I was doing it, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 5. There's no 2 in the ones at the bottom, so that becomes the 2. The 4 then looks down, making this 5 and this 4. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which I will leave alone for now, but these are 5 and 9, and I'll use the 9. 5 and 9. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 and 6. And that 4 does some work. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 1 and a 7, so that becomes the 5, and I can drop the 5 out. The 1 looks down, making that 7 and 1. The 7 now looks down, making this 6 and this 7. This column is missing a 6, and this box is now missing 3 and 5. Okay, this column is missing 1 and 3, and I'll use this 1 to make this the 3 and this the 1. This box is now missing 2, 4, and 5. There's a 2 and a 4 there, so that's the 5. The 4 can go over making this 2. And this 4, this row is missing a 6. This column is now missing a 2. I think I've got this right. This column is missing a 5, which makes this 3 and this 5. This box now needs a 3 and a 7. There we go. Sorry I missed it, Philip. That was not intended. I'm glad you pointed it out. I really am. Okay. 3 more to do, and I'm halfway through the year. How long's the stream been running? Nearly 2 hours. Killer 007. I'm glad people are enjoying these streams. They seem to enjoy them more than they enjoy the other streams I do. I've been having a lot of fun over on BremSter's games, I have to admit. Okay, place the number from 1 to 7 into some cells of the grid so that every row, column, and box contains each number exactly once, leaving 2 empty cells. Empty cells must not share an edge with each other. Numbers in cage must add up to the given total. Okay, so a 2 cannot be 1, 1 or anything. So there's 2 empty cells in here. So this is 2, 0, 0. So there's a 2 in the middle with 2 empty cells. Actually, I'm going to make that darker because I know those are empty. Because there's no other way of doing 2. So this must have a number in it. I'm actually going to mark those as not being able to be empty. I'm going to use yellow. And these cannot be empty. This can't be 1, 2 now. So this has to be 3 and an empty cell. And that's all of the empty cells in that box. Five is 1, 4 or 5, 0. 3 in 3 without a 2 is not 1, 2, so it has to be 3, 0. So there are 2 empty cells in here, and they can't touch each other. Hang on. Yeah, 1, 2 or 3, 0. So this has to be 3 and 2 empty cells. So those are not empty. Usually when we do connected puzzles, the order doesn't matter, but in this case it did. I'm not sure what you mean by connected puzzles. Oh, okay. I think I follow. Now, 4 in 3 must have an empty cell in it, but I'm not sure. I could do 2 empty cells with a 4 in the middle, or I could do 1, 3. Okay, cool. 6 plus 7 is less than 17. Oh, because it's only the digits 1 to 7. So these all have to be... So 2 can't be... There has to be 1 in here. There's 2 in here. 3 could still be 2 and 1, I think. Four without a 1 has to just be a 4 on its own. Because the only way to do it is 4 or 1 and 3. So this has to be a 4. These are both grey. And these all become yellow. This is now not grey because... So this is grey. Because I had both greys in the row. Box 6. But because this is grey, this must be grey so that these could be... Hang on, no. But these are 1 and 2. This has to be yellow. It's a 1 or a 2. One of these is grey, so both of these are yellow. This is yellow. Box 6 now goes to the grey cell in column 8. Right, so those are both yellow. These are yellow. 4 without a 1 is a 4 on its own, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a 4. This is grey. I'm sure someone will yell if I make a terrible mistake. This is yellow, so this is the 1, 2. This is the grey. That's all of the greys in this row. So this is the grey. It's all of the greys in this row and in this row. So this is grey. So this is a 5. 4 in 2 can only be done with 1, 3. This becomes grey. These are both yellow. I'll get to the math at some point. This is yellow. 13 can't be done in a single cell. This is yellow. This is grey. This is yellow. This is grey. So that's a 7. This is yellow. This is yellow. So this is grey. And I've got the colouring. This is a 2. So there's a 2 in one of those. No, wait a minute. I can't. The others are left blank. So this has to be the 2. So this is a 5. Nine can't be. 1, 8 is just not possible. 2, 7 is possible. 3, 6 is not possible. 4, 5. I'm not. So this has to be 6, 7. 17. 5, 6, 7 is not right. This is 4, 6, 7. It's the only way to do it, isn't it? Is 4, 6, 7 the only way to do 17? Because 5, 6, 7 is 18. And I can only lower 1 digit by 1. So these are 4, 6, 7. So, and the 5's not available anyway, but I'm just trying to understand the math. So these are 1 and 2, and I've got a 2 there. So this is 1, this is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 go in there. There's no 4 there, so this is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't use 2 or 3 in this. And I can't use 8. So this is 4, 5. This is a 3, this is a 2. So these are 1, 6, and 7. There's no 7 there. This is the 4, this is the 5 because of that. These are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if I put a 1 here, these would have to sum to 15. but the maximum I can do is 6 and 7. So this has to be a 4. These need to sum to 12. The only way I can do that is 5 and 7. So this becomes the 6. This becomes the 7. This is a 1. If you think this isn't melting my brain, you are not paying attention. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not 2. Well, this is the 1 and this is the 3 because of that 3. So this is the 5. This is a 1, 2, giving me a 1, 2 pair. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5, 6, and 7. So this is the only place for a 5. This is the 6. This is the 7. This is the 6. These are 4 and 7. And that 7 is giving me the order. 4 and 7. These are 3, 4, and 6. There's no 4 in those. So that's the 4. This 3 makes this 6 and this 3. What? No! This 6 and this 3, which looks like making this 1 and this 6. The 7 makes this 5 and this 7. These are now 1 and 3. And the 3 makes this 1 and this 3. This is a 2, a 1 and a 2. This 1 makes this 2 and this 1. This row is missing 4, 5, and 7. And I can't put 4 there. So this is the 4, this is the 7. This is now 5 and 7. This is now 6. This row is missing, 3 and 5. 3 makes this 5 and 3. So this is 7 and 5. This is now 2, 6 and 7. There's no 2 in either of those ones at the end. So this is the 2. This can't have 1 or 2 in it. So this is 3 and 5. And the 5 here makes this 3 and this 5. 1 is now right here by Sudoku. 4 is here. These are 6 and 7. So I know the order because of that 6. 7, 6, 7, and 6. And I'm assuming there was no solution. No, that's not the solution. Because it is possible to embed a solution check into these. Or was it just not done? Hello, Chronic Smith. It is possible to... Okay, you don't think it was done. It is possible to do a solution check that would work on a puzzle like this. But it may not have been known back in June 2022. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. It was in June 2022. We just didn't know how. Apparently, it was put into the tool like early last year, and we were just not told. I had to find out when I started the problem series. And it was like, oh, we've been able to do that for ages. It's like, oh, really? It's like, cool. It's fine. The quick and the egg. Oh, man, I want breakfast. I so want scrambled eggs for breakfast. Normal Sudoku rules apply. There's a lot of digits here, but this is a Philip puzzle. So what time is it? It's 9:44. I'm guessing 25 minutes. Maybe not. We'll see. The royal we? I don't know. Maybe I should go do a royal we. I'm going to take a couple of minute break. I've been doing this for a couple of hours and I need a very quick bio break. So I'm going to be back in 2 minutes because I'll also wash my hands. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I am back. My wife commented that it's like you've got a brand new shirt and it's already covered in cat hair. Yes, yes, it is. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. I'm assuming the audio and everything is coming through good. Now, let's give this one a shot. So I've got 4 ones looking into box 1. Can I do more with ones? Not sure. Where am I looking? I've got 4 sevens looking into box 7. Do I have 8 eights looking into box 8? No, but I can place 9 in box 9. Oh, I can place 8 in box 8. Is this the trick? You can place 1 in box 1. You can place 2 in box 2. You can place 3 in box 3. You can place 4 in box 4. 5 is in box 5. You can place 6 in box 6, 7 in box 7, 8 in box 8, and 9 in box 9. Right. That was interesting. Now what? That was a cool opening. If the rest of the puzzle is terrible, I don't care. So 7 can now be placed in box 3. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Well, there's no 8 there. There's no 4 there. Right. That's really cool, David. That's funny as heck. Is this actually a disjoint Sudoku as well? I'm not even going to bother hunting for that one. Because I'd be here forever. That's very cool. This is a triple and has been for the beginning. 3, 5, 9. Well, there's no 3 there, so this is a 3. Two in box 6. 2 is not there or there. 2 in box 6. Right. Well, I was looking for pressured quads, but okay. So 2 can't be in either of those 2 because of that. It can't be. Yep, this is the 2. So this is 4, 5, 8, and it's not 4. So this is 5 or 8, giving me a 5, 8 pair. So this is the 4. I was going to look at this because 2, no, 2, 5, 6, 8. So that's the 8. These are 2, 5, 6. There's no 6 there, so that's the 6. Yeah, that's a good one. So this is 5, 8, or 9. So this is 5, 9. This is the 8. This is the 5. This needs 5, 6, and 9. So this is 6, 9. So this is the 6. This is the 9. This is the 5. This is the 9. This is the 5. This is now an 8. 2. No, not 2. 4, 6. So 6 and 4. I think there's a lot of things done, including my ability to impress people. 1, 2, 5, and 9. There's no 2 there. There's no 9 there. So that's the 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. So that's a 7. This is a 8. This is a 5. These are 1 and 7, and I can use that 7 to make this 1 and 7. So this is the 1. No. These are 3 and 9. I'll use that 9. This column needs a 3. These are a 1, not a 2. 1 and 6. So I'll use that 1. 6 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a 4 there. 5 and 4. 2 and 5. And there's a 5. So 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1, 1, 4, 5. How did I... Okay. That was way under 25 minutes. Hello, Pollux. Or is it Heliopollux? It's Heliopollux. The chat window that YouTube gives me is so small. And if I zoom it up bigger, it zooms up every browser window and makes the puzzle too big that I can't stream it properly. That was very, very cool. Now I've got a 006 killer. Was that Treverian? What was the name of 006 in GoldenEye? Wasn't it Treverian? Yeah, I think it is a disjoint, which is very, very weird. Okay, so 006 killer by Clover. Fill the digits so that each row, column, and 3x3 region contains the digits 1 through 6 as well as 3 blank cells. Arrgh! Blank cells may never share an edge. Digits in a cage may not repeat, although a cage can contain multiple blanks and must sum to the indicated value. So there's 2 blanks in here. They cannot share an edge, so those must be blank. And this has to be not blank and a 1. 2 can only be done with a 2 because I can't use 1 and 1. So those must be blank. This must be yellow. That must be a 2. Blanks cannot share an edge. Now, 4 without 3, I'm back to only being able to use a 4. And similar, 3 without a 1, I'm back to being able to only use 3. Because 4 can only be done with 1, 3, or a 4 on its own. So those must all be blank. Those must all be not blank. That's a 3. That's a 4. $11. Thing is, I don't know if all of those are full. 12 has to be 3 because otherwise I'm using 6 and 5 and that only gets me to 11. So all of those are yellow. 7. Why is it 3, 4 with blank in the middle? Because I can't use 1, 2, 4. If it's 3, it's 1, 2, 4, and I don't have it. Right. So that is a blank in the middle. I can't use 1, 6. I can't use 2, 5. This has to be 3, 4. And that is all of the 3 blanks for the middle. So these are 5 and 6. Now, 10 cage with a 5 and a 6 in it. If this is a 6, this could be a 4 and a blank. If it's a 5, those are both not blank. 5 cage. Now, a 5 cage has to have a blank in the middle. Otherwise, this sums to at least 4, 5, 1, 4, and yeah. Anyway, so this is 1 and 4. These are not blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5 and 6. The 5 cage has to have a blank in the middle. 3 cage has to have a blank in the middle. These are 1 and 2. 5 cage is 2 and 3. These are now not blank. These, actually, I should have marked these as not blank. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are not blank. These are 5, 6. So now I've got 5, 6 pairs all over the place. But this matters now, doesn't it? Why is... Right, because... That's blank, and these are a 1, 2. And we know the order. This is a 2, and this is a 1. Now, this has to get to 9. So this is only 8 if I don't make this yellow. And now I've got all of my 6 digits. So those are both grey. Those are both grey. Now, this is 5, 2, 2, which doesn't work. This is 6, 2, 1. This is 5. This is 6. This is 5. This is 6. This is 5. This is 6. This is 5. Now, this can't have a 1 in it. These are 2 and 4. So if it was 6, 2, 3 would work. Or 6, 4, 1, which it can't be. But that can't be 5. So this has to be 6, 2, 3. And that is yellow. This is 4. This is breaking my brain. You're welcome, Zoe. It'll be available on VOD at any point. 1, 3, and 4. There's no 4 there. I'm glad you had fun. That's what matters. So 6, this also needs to be yellow. 6 and 3 would need 1. 6 and 1 would need 3. But these now both need to be grey. This is now a 2. This is the 3 and the 1 because the 1 is already placed in this box. There's no 1 in here. And I can do the same across here, can't I? These are 2, 3, 4. There's no 3 in those, so this is the 3. 6 and 2 would be with 2. No, 6 and 2, this is a 2, 4 pair. So this is the 3, this is the 4. So this is the 2, this is the 4, this is the 2. So this is the 1 and this is the 2. This is a 5 or a 6. This is a 1. So this is a 5 or a 6, and it's a 5 box. So this is a 5, and this is grey. And there's a 6 in one of those. This is the 4, and this is the 3. This is now a 4, and this is a 5 or a 6. Where is 1 in this row? It can only go there. This is now the 3, and those are yellow, and this is grey. Greys can't connect. So I need to stop doing Sudoku and start paying attention to the greys can't connect rule. So this is a 5 or a 6. This is a 4. That's everything in here. This is yellow. That's all 6. So this is grey. So these are yellow. This now has to be grey for the third grey. So this is yellow. This is grey for the third grey. This is grey for the third grey, so this is yellow and this is grey, which means that's not 6, this is 6. This is 5 or 6. This 3 made this 2 so long ago that it needs a shave. This 1 made this 4, same thing, possibly needs a pedicure. These are 2, 5, and 6. Because that's 2, 5, and 6, and it's not a 2. So there's a 2 in here, but it's not there. So this is the 2. This 6 makes this 5 and 6 and 5 and 6 and 5. The 5 looks down, making this 6 and 5. And the final 2 digits in here are 4 and 6, and I'm going to go with 6 and 4. And I'm going to call that one done. That is so cool. These puzzles are so clever. The fact that you can make these gas level is really cool. And these are basically, what are they calling them now? There was the doubler cells, and then there's the negator cells. These are basically negator cell puzzles. And really well done. I mean, they're not quite the same because the negator cell puzzles are, 1 in each row, column, and box, and each digit has to be negated once, but it's the concept is similar, and they're very, very cool. Like this one a lot. So that ends June. So I've basically now done half the year in 11 streams. I'm going to do a few more. Actually, I'm going to check my Discord because that's a message from my mum. Okay, so let's... Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. And I keep forgetting the full quote. I used to know it, and then I learned Hamilton. And I used to know Macbeth, and then... so tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools their way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So my mum has actually helped me set puzzles. She hasn't been doing puzzles basically since my dad passed. But in some of the packs, both March of the Quad and Polarizing Sudoku, and I think in Skilling Sudoku, there are puzzles that were helped to be set by Maggie C. Maggie C is my mum. Okay, so we are looking for Zones Sudoku by Sam. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each number that is written in a corner of a cage must appear somewhere in that cage. Okay, so yeah, this is similar to stuff that... So it's almost like look and say. And I've done similar with my hunter cages. If a number is written more than once, it must appear at least as many times as it is written. So it's similar to look and say in some ways. Yeah, signifying nothing. Absolutely. So we must have 2 6s in this cage. So then, but this cage only is only in 2 boxes. So there must be a 6 in here, which means I can't put a 6 here, which means this must be a 6, and this is a 3 6 8 8 without this being the 6. So that is what we end up with here. I'll keep that in there. There's got to be 3 1s in here, but this only sees 3 boxes. So this has to be the one in this box. Now I can't put one in either of those, so those are the ones. This is standard look and say trick. I can do the same with the threes here. This only touches 3 boxes, so I have to put 3s in those, but now I can't put 3 in either of those cells, and that becomes a 3. These are 2, 3, and 4, because 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 go into here. Cannot put 3 into those, so that becomes a 3. Have to put 3 2s into this cage, so these all become 2s, so that becomes the 4. I kind of have done this sort of stuff a fair bit. Got to put 2 5s into this cage, but again, this is only 2 boxes, so there has to be a 5 in here. Can't put a 5 here. This becomes the 5. 3 4s into here. The only place to put them is there. 2 7s in here, so I have to put a 7 here and 1 in here. The other ones are 4, which I can't put there, so this is 4 and this is a 7 8 pair. There's no 3 here, so this is the 3 and this is a 6 8 pair. Got to put 2 8s in here, so there's an 8 here and an 8 down here. Got to put the 3 here, so this is a 1 8 pair. 2 5 and 9, so these are 1 2 3 4 5, 1 and 6. Can't put 4 there, so this is the 4 and this is 2 5. And I know the order because of that 2. This 1 is resolving the 8 and the 1. That means this is the 1 and this is a 2 4 pair. One is now here because I have to put a 1 in this cage and it can't go in any of those. So this is 2 9, which means this is the 4 and this is the 2. This is now down to 2 digits. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And the 7 here means this is the 5, this is the 7, which means this is the 8 and this is the 7. This 1 means this is the 1. This is now a 3 8. This 2, of course, makes this 9 and this 2. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 8 makes this 3 and this 8. 1, right, this 1 makes this 6 and this 1. The 2 means that these aren't not the 2, these are the 2. This is the 5 and the 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Five 8 pair in box 5. There's a 5 in one of those. Right, this is a 5 8 pair. Right, because the 5 can't go in those, the 8 can't go in those. These become a 5 8 pair, meaning this is the 6 and this is the 8. These are 6 7 and 9. There's no 6 or 7 there. That's the 9. So this is the 6 7. The 7 there makes this 6 and this 7. This is now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yep. Now this is a pair. Yeah. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the 4 and the 3. This is a triple. I'm going to put it in. 1 2 3 4 5 6 2 5 and 9. There's no 5 there. So this is the 5. This is 2 and 9. I'll use that 2 to make that 9 and 2. This is 1 and 5. There we go. 5 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Not seeing that one yet. This is 5, 6 or 9. So this is 5, 9 because it can't be a 6. So this is the 6 in the column. This becomes the 9. 5 8 pair in box 5. I think I've already got that. 6, 7, or 8. So this is a 6, 7 because I can't put 8 in either of those. This is the 8. This is the 7. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll use that 8 to make that 9 and that 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9, which means that is the 7, that is the 6, that is the 7. This row needs a 5, which looks like making this 8 and this 5. The 8 does something. Maybe this is 6, 7, or 9, so it's 7 or 9. I can't put a 1 in box 8. What's wrong with my 1 in box 8? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. This is an 8. So this is 6, 7, or 9. So this is 6, 9. Oh, the 6 makes this 9, which means this is 7, this is 6, this is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. This 9 makes this 6, this 9, this 5. This is a 2. The 5 looks down, making this 9, and this 5. The 6 looks down, making this 9, and this 6. And that is the solution to Zone's Sudoku. It is a contagious problem. It spreads by digits. And because it spreads by digits, it can be transmitted over the internet. If it didn't spread by digits, it would be fine. It is the first known YouTube transmissible disease. Actually, that is absolutely not true. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff out there that I would consider a disease. Zero, 5. Normal Sudoku rules do not apply. Fill the grid so that each row, column, and 3x3 region contains the digits 1 through 5 as well as 4 blank cells. Blank cells may never share an edge. Digits in a cage may not repeat, although a cage can contain multiple blanks and must sum to the indicated value. So, this is kind of forced, isn't it? Like, doesn't that just become a thing? Similar with that. So this now can't be a 1, so it has to be a 2. These now become grey. Is this just going to checkerboard the whole grid? No. No, it can't. So this is either a 3 or a 4. These are 3, 4, and 5. This can't be... No, right. So this can't be a 4 or a 5 because the sum is 3. So this is the 3, this is the 4, this is the 5. These are both grey. These are both grey, these are both grey. But it's not possible to checkerboard the whole grid because then I would end up with 5 greys in the even boxes. So we would have a math problem. This has got to be the same, doesn't it? No, because I could do 1, 2 in here. Okay, so now we've got some math issues. This is 1 or 3. So this isn't a 4, so this is yellow. So this is yellow because I can't get to 9 on its own. These are both yellow because 8 is not 1 through 5. So these are both grey. This is yellow. These are both yellow because I can't get to 6 with 1 digit. So these are both grey. So this is a 1, 3. But these are 1, 4, 5. 1. This can't be 5. So this is either 2 or 5. Because if this is a 5, this would be a 1. And it can't be. So 3 is in one of those two. Fill in the yellows you have to put in box 7. I don't understand. Oh, okay. Because now I have to do greys that don't touch each other. So if this was grey, none of those could be grey. And I couldn't put enough greys in. So this is yellow. So those have to be grey. Because I can only... If this was grey, both of those would be yellow. If this is grey, both of those would be yellow, and I'd only have 3 greys. So this is yellow. I've got all the yellows, and these all become grey, and this becomes a 3. I don't think that is as obvious. Sorry, again, we were talking about this before. There's solver intuition, and then there's proving it in a way that someone who's never seen it before can understand what you've done. And I think what I did there is prove it in a way that someone who's never seen it before would understand what I've done, rather than I might be over complicating it, but I think I did okay. This can't be a 5. No, this could still be a 0. I was doing the whole, this can't be a 5. This would have to be a 0. 0 is real. 0 is a thing. I have to remember 0 is a thing. This is yellow. This is now grey, isn't it? Because this is 1, 4, 5, and I've got all of the digits. So this is grey. These are 1, 3, and 4. Now, this can't be a 4. So this is 1 or 3, but it can't be a 1 because this would be a 7 and I don't have it. So this is 3 and 5. So this is 1 and 4, and it can't be 1 because this would have to be 7. So this is 4 and 5. And these are, 2 and 1. Right, so what's the only possible way of making it up? 9 has to be 4 and 5. This is 5 and 4. And there's a 2 in one of those, and it can't be there because it sees a 2. This is the grey, which means these are all yellow. This is the 2. And these are the only places I can put the 4 greys. This means this is the 4. This is a 1, 3. These are 1 and 2. These are 4 and 5. And that 4 makes this 5 and this 4, which means this is 1 and this is 5, this is 2, this is 1. This is not 1 or 5, this is 4, which means this has to be 1 and therefore yellow. This is 2. This is now yellow because I've got all the greys I need. It's really hard to scan for... Like, when you're doing odd even, I don't find a problem. But when I'm doing blank versus non-blank, I'm finding this much harder. This has to either be 4 or 2 now, and it can't be 2. So this is 4 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3, and this is yellow, and this is blank. This is now 5 and 2. These are 3 and 5, and these are 1 and 4. And this 1 makes this 4 and 1. I need to put another grey here. This is 3 or 4, and it's not 4. So it's 3, 5, 3. This is 1 or 3, and it's not 3. So this is a 1. This is now yellow. But it's 6. I've had this for ages. A 6 can't be made with a 1 or a 5. This is yellow. And fortunately it's 2 and 4. That's been there since the beginning, and I could have used that. This is now the 4th grey. This is grey, which means this is yellow. I should have used that. And the only digit that is left now is 3. This has to be grey because I don't have enough greys. To make the total, this is the 5, which is yellow. This is the 2, and these have to be grey to get my grey total, and I think that's the puzzle. And I definitely did that a little bit backwards. But again, learned some stuff while doing it. That was really cool. I like this series. Yeah, any cage that was higher than the maximum total, you can just immediately colour. So the 6, the 9, the 6, the 8, the 9. I kind of jumped in on the 2, the 1. The 3 wasn't as forced. I'm not sure how much longer I want to go. A little bit. Liar Sudoku. Well, I immediately have regrets. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each cage is marked with a value exactly 1 from the correct value that goes in that cage. For instance, if a cage is marked with a 2, it must contain either a 1 or a 3. If a cage is marked with a 9, it must contain an 8. Okay? Cool. I notice there are no 1s and no 9s that I can see. So a 2 must contain a 1 or a 3. So this is a 1-3 pair. A 3 must contain a 2 or a 4. So this is a 2-4 pair. So this is a 3-5 pair. This is a 4-6 pair. This is a 2-4 pair. Is this just marking pairs at this point? But 2 must be 1 or 3, and it can't be 3. So this is a 1. And the 4-6 means that this is the 2. So this is the 4. This is the 2. Which means this is 6 and 4. 7 must be 6 or 8. The 1 means this is 3 and 1. Which means this is 5 and 3. 2 now can't be 1, so it's 3. Which means 4 has to be 5. Which means 6 has to be 7. 3 is still 2 or 4 that I can see. 8 now has to be 9. And this one has to be 7. 6 is... It can't be 7, so it's 5. 3 can't be 2, so it's 4. 3 can't be 4, so it's 2. 8 is 7 or 9. 7 can't is 6 or 8. 7 is 6 or 8. 4 can't be 5, so it's 3. This is actually hard to scan. Like, every time I see a K, just like, what are the options? And I know it's just 1 up or 1 down. But it's not that easy. 4 or 6. So the 4 here makes this 6 and this 4, which makes this 8 and this 6. 6s are 5 and 7. 7 is 6 or 8. 8 is 7 or 9. And 2 is 1 or 3. So this is 1. The 5, 7 makes this 9. Have I made a mistake? I am not Hercule Poirot. Although, it's a bit of a compliment. I feel I've made a terrible mistake somewhere. This is a 4. One is in here. This is a 2. So what is this? 1, 3, 5? There's no 5 there. There's no 1 or 3 there. This is the 5. So this is actually just a 1, 3. So this is 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 8. So 8 and 6 and 8. That makes this 7 and 5. One, 6, 8, 9. No. What about this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in there. So that's 8 and that's 6. 9, 7, 9. Okay, assuming no errors, the cages are now done. No errors. Yeah, right. 5, 7, and 9. There's no 7 in either of those, so that's the 7, that's the 5, that's the 9. No errors. 1, 2, except that's 8 and 9. So this is 1 and 2, 8 and 9. 1, 6, 3 and 7. I'm doing the sort of scanning that I keep saying I don't want to do, but that was just row scanning. Column scanning here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this box now needs 1, 2, and 3. So this is a 2 because there's already a 1, 3 in the row. This column has 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 2, 7, and 9. There's a 2, 9 there. So this is a 7. These are 2 and 9. There's a 9 there. So this is the 9 and this is the 2. And again, I'm getting back to these corners. Bring your gun, Hastings. 4, 5, and 6. So this is the 5 because there's a 4, 6 in the column. This 4 makes this 6 and this 4. And 1, 3, 7. That is correct. So these are 1, 3, 7. And this is 1, 3. So 4 is there. So what are these? 6, 7, and 8. So this is the 8 and this is a 6, 7. And the 7 makes this 6 and 7. These are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there's a 9 here. So 8 and 9. So these are 1, 3, and 5. So this is the 3, the 1, and the 5 because I already had a 1 and a 5 in the column. This column is now 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 2 and 4, and there's a 4 there. So 2 and 4. This one, of course, has taken the 1 out of there. So 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. So this is the 8. This is a 3, 7, and I can use that 7 to disambiguate, well, not everything, but that stack. That now disambiguates the 1 and the 3, and now I'm down to a single box. Need to put a 1 in right there because of the stuff pointing in. Need to put a 2, which because of that 2 goes there. Need to put in a 5 because of that 5, it goes there, and now I just need a 6. That was very nice. It's really tricky to scan this stuff, but again, that's what these puzzles I often feel are about. Sort of doing ways of learning to looking at things in a new way and improve your skills on that. But I am definitely finding my eyes are starting to get a little sore, so I'll be stopping very soon. 4th of July does seem like a proper place to do it. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In each blue region, it must be possible to draw a path that goes from 1 to 9 in any order, traveling only horizontally and vertically. Right. So the 2 must be in one of those, but then the 2 must go to a 3. Maybe I want to do some... Man, things are... I don't know what's going on with my mouse. So this is a 9 by Sudoku. 9s can't go in those because of those, and it can't go there because of that one. Have to draw a path. Now, once I leave this and go in a direction, it's going to have to continue, isn't it? Like if I go 1, 2, and then I go in a direction, that's going to force it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can't go 1, 2, 3. Because if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm broken. But 1, 2, because 9 is in one of these 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2 doesn't work. Because if I put the 2 here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is not the 2. And this is not the 2 because of that 2. So that's the 2. And now I can't go that way. It has to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the path is that. That feels forced. Three is in one of those. It's possible I am completely and utterly off my gourd. This is a 3. So the 2 has to be next to the 3. And the 1 has to be next to the 2. This now has to be a 2-4 pair, doesn't it? Because the 3 has to connect. I have to go 3, 4, 5. So this is a 2-4 pair, and the 4 can't be there. So this is 2, this is 4. This now has to be 1. And if this was a 6, what's that going to be? So this now, because I've got to draw a path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go up, this is isolated. So this has to go this way, and now the path is complete. Your journey is now complete. 7, 8, 9. Now, whichever way this comes out, it's going to have to loop. 9876 doesn't work. 98765 doesn't work. Can't go up. 9876 doesn't work. Can't go that way. Or 98765 doesn't work. 987. I could go down if I go that way. Can't go 9876 because I break on either of those sixes. 987654 321 works. 9876543 no, that doesn't work. 9876543 hang on. 9876542 doesn't work. 9876543 doesn't work. It has to be that 87654321. So that's not the 3. That's the 3. That's a 6. So that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So that's 9 and that's 7. Don't know if that was the intended way to solve this, but 1 is in one of those two, so 1 is in one of those two. This is now the 1. What's this 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. There's no 4 there. There's no 8 there. There's no 4 there. That's the 4. Oh, I've just had a massive migraine warning. I'm going to try and finish this puzzle and then I'm going to end the stream. I've got to put... I'm going to try and not pass out on camera. This is 1, 7, or 8. This is a pair. 4 and 8. So this is not an 8. So 1 and 7 go in here. So this is a 1, 7 pair. No, I'll try and finish it. 1 in this row goes here, which means not a 1. This is a 1. 4, 8, and 9 in row 1. Not a 4. So I've got to put a 5 in one of these two, and that's not a 5. This is a 5. So this is a 4 or an 8, and the invisible 4 makes that the 8, and that the 4, that the 8, that the 9, that the 4. This is now a 2 for the column. For this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6. This box now needs 5, 8, 9. There's an 8 and 9 in the row. That's the 5. The invisible 9 makes this 8 and 9. This row needs a 4. I can finish this. Don't panic about this stammer. This is normal for me. You just don't see it most of the time because I don't stream often. When this happens, I'm recording and I just never release these videos. 2 and 7 go into those. The 7 makes this a 2 and this a 7. 5, 6, and 8 go into those. No 5, no 5 or 6. So this is the 8, this is the 6, this is the 5. This is a 3 for the column. This row needs a 2 and a 4, and I'll use that 2 to resolve it. This is 7 or an 8. I'll use that 8 to make that 7, that 8, that 7, that 1, that 8. This looks up making this 7 and this 1, and that is Meandering Sudoku by Sam. I will need to go deal with this. I'm not going to hang around, but I could make a call. Even if I'd passed out on camera, I would be okay. I just wouldn't be able to end the stream. But thank you everyone for watching. Please, like the stream and everything. My merch is available. Not that I think anyone should bother. It's not scary. It's just something I have to deal with. But I'm going to cut my goodbye short. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving. Bye.